after his previous supervisor died in a freak skiing accident over the holidays. This was just my second supervision appointment with Dr. Petrosian. I didn't know him well enough to understand his apparent paralysis. "Call the police, Eric," I ordered him. "Now!" I barked the last word and watched with some relief as he finally hurried over to my desk. That's when I saw the gun. Actually, that's when the tall man shoved it into my cheek. "Now, asshole! Where the fuck is fucking Dr. Beener? The little spick who's fucking with my wife's head." Dr. Beener, I quickly surmised, was my longtime partner, Diane Estevez, Ph.D. "Look for yourself. She's not here," I said loudly, hoping vainly Diane would somehow hear me through the ample soundproofing of the adjoining wall. I knew Diane was right next door. I thought, he's looking for you, my friend. I hope somehow you're managing to get the drift of this through the walls, and I hope you're getting the hell out of here. I cracked the door open a little wider so that the tall man could survey the perimeter of the office and reassure himself that Claire wasn't there. I turned with him as he leaned in to search the space and watched with some relief as Eric Petrosian, his back to us, crouched behind the desk and began whispering into the phone. As Eric made his call, the bitter bray of sirens wended through the neighborhood, louder, closer, and the red-faced man with the silver gun barged the rest of the way into the office. He shoved the woman in front of him harshly, momentarily oblivious of me and Eric. The woman's hair was capped with a veil of powdery snow. Her face was blotched white and red from cold and terror. She whimpered and fought to maintain her precarious balance each time he jostled her farther into the room. When he had pushed her to the center of the office, he removed his arm from behind her and poked the barrel of the gun into the side of her neck. Slowly, he rotated her 180 degrees and backed away toward the interior door that led from the office to the adjacent hallway. "Stay here, or I'll kill her. Got it?" he said to me, ignoring Eric. I said, "Listen, I know you're very upset. Maybe it would help to—" "Got it?" he screamed, veins popping to the surface of his red face. Swallowing the words, I said, "I got it." He backed out the door into the hall and reached in front of his hostage to pull the door shut. Eric Petrosian was still cowering behind the desk. It seemed like as good a place as any for him. Dr. Diane Estevez's office was next to mine, in the rear of the renovated 1890s Victorian house that housed the offices of our clinical psychology practices. My office was on the east side of the rear of the house and had French doors opening to the backyard. Diane's office was on the west side and had a single oak door leading to a small cedar deck at the corner of the house. Each office had an interior door that led to a narrow hallway that linked together all the rooms in the rear of the building. A locked door separated the office suite from the waiting room at the front of the house. After turning the deadbolt on the door, effectively locking the man with the gun out of the office, I yelled at Eric to stay put, bolted out the French doors, my loafers instantly filling with icy snow, and jumped up onto the tiny deck outside Diane's office, desperately hoping to warn her before this crazy man busted in on her. Too late. Through the beveled glass window, I saw the man with the gun shove his hostage into Diane's office, watched as his prisoner stumbled to the rug, and registered the madness in the man's sharp face as he waved the pistol in an arc from woman to woman. He started the rotation with Diane and ended with Diane's psychotherapy patient. I guessed that she was Claire. Diane's patient was sitting in the corner of a deep burgundy sofa in the consultation area of Diane's psychotherapy office. Claire's right hand was covering her mouth. Her left arm was curled around her abdomen in a pantomime of self-protection. Her long auburn hair swayed as she shook her head slowly from side to side. The look in her face was not pure terror. It was instead a mingling of fear and resignation. She looked doomed.